Shalom, shalom, shalom. I'd like to start this video by giving all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Macha Kodash. Double honors to my teachers, the elder apostles, and elder bishops of Great Millstone, teaching and ruling well. Peace, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect of the house of Israel. Alright, so let's go straight into it. It says here, in Jeremiah 49 and 12, for thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have surely drunken. Okay, when it's speaking of they who have not drunk, whose judgment was not to drink of the cup, that's speaking of his children, the Israelites. The Lord has given us statutes, laws, and commandments, which, if we obeyed, would have kept us above, would have kept us as the head above these nations. We would have been the head and not the tail. The blessings would have pursued us and overtake us. But since we disobeyed, since we transgressed, we had to drink of the cup. It wasn't a part. We were never supposed to drink of that cup. Okay, as it says, if we had not forsaken the fountain of wisdom, we would have dwelt in peace forever. Okay, so because we departed from the Lord hit us with the cup, or made us to drink of the cup of captivity, the cup of slavery. Okay, so it was not for us to drink it at first, but we drank it because of our rebelliousness, because of our stubbornness. Okay, but now it says, what? Art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. And that's specifically speaking of the Edomites, but all you other nations have partaken in the oppression of Israel also have to go through that same, have to drink of the same cup. Okay, it's just that Edom will drink the dregs thereof. Okay, so even to the last drops, the Edom will have to drink of that cup. Okay, again, the cup represents slavery. Okay, represents hell in a cup. Represents a bad situation. Okay, a bad condition. Okay, we're gonna put them back in the dust. All right. So all these other nations will have to go back into the right place, which is to serve the children of the Lord, the children of the Most High, which is Yashar Allah, aka Israel. Okay, new Negroes, Latinos, and so-called Native Americans. Okay, so again, we drank of that cup. So you think, again, you have to think about it. The Lord loves Israel. He hated Esau. Okay, it says the Lord loved Jacob, but he hated Esau. But he still made Jacob to drink of that cup. He made his only begotten son. It said it pleased him to bruise him. Okay, it pleased the Lord to bruise Yahweh Shai. Okay, so how much more is he gonna bruise those that he hates? How much more is he gonna bruise those that were counted as spittle? Okay, you think that the Lord allowed his nation to go into slavery and that he's not gonna return the favor unto those nations? Okay, you see, it says what? It says here in Zechariah 1 and 15, I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. Okay, therefore thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, I am returned to Jerusalem. Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. Okay, so the Lord is returned to the people. Okay, Yashar Allah, you Negroes, Latino, and Native Americans, so-called, the Lord returned unto us with mercies. He returned unto Israel with mercies. My house shall be built in, said the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai of hosts, and a line shall be stretched upon Israel. Okay, cry yet, saying, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, my cities through prosperity shall yet be spread abroad. And the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai shall yet comfort Zion, and shall yet choose Jerusalem. Okay, so the Lord is gonna send salvation to his people, those that have been scattered among the nations. and those that are in captivity at the moment. Okay, and again, you have to remember when the Lord is going to return, he's going to find Israel in the hands of the oppressor. Okay, it says here, where is it? It says here in Jeremiah, no. House, Judah, Israel. Jeremiah 50, I believe. 50 or 51. Where is it? Yeah, here we go. Jeremiah 50 and 33. Thus said the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah, meaning the southern and the northern kingdom, okay, were oppressed together. Okay, they were in captivity under the hands of the Edomites, even under the hands of these other nations. It says, "No, all nations have partaken in the downfall of Israel." I believe in the Apocrypha. Okay, they were all partakers. Okay, just as it says, Psalms 83 pertaining to the confederacy that they had, meaning the alliance that they had to oppress us. Okay, all these nations are our enemies. Okay, the Lord allowed them to put us to captivity. As it says, he was displeased with us a little while, but they forward the affliction. Okay, starting with Esau Edom, they refused to let us go. As it says, Israel and the children of Israel were oppressed together, and they all they that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. Okay, and what proves that is that you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're still in the land of your captivity unto this day. Okay, as it says, you shall remember yourself in the land of your oppression, in the land of your captivity. That means that what you're gonna be in the land of your oppression, in the land of your captivity, when you're gonna wake up to the fact of who you are. You are the children of Israel. Okay, we are the biblical Israelites. Okay, whom the Lord Yahweh Shai died on the cross for. Okay, not for the whole world. Okay, that is a fable. That is a lie pushed by the so-called modern day Christianity, a Christian church, to 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 make money off people, to think that it's an inclusive doctrine, when really the Lord is a separatist. Okay, he has called few, and the many has left to be destroyed. Okay, the Lord only wants the best of the best. He doesn't deal with the whole world. Okay, yes, he's the God that created the whole world, but he has his chosen. Just as you have your favorite pair of shoes, the Lord has his favorite people that he has his eyes on. Okay, to protect and to bless in the days to come. Okay, and again, so that being said, these nations, okay, you heathens, you have oppressed the people that the Lord loves. So you think we drank of that cup because of our disobedience, and the Lord loved us. Okay, now think about it. The Lord doesn't value these other nations. So how much is he gonna afflict them for what they've done unto his children? Okay, you put yourself in the Lord's position. Imagine someone kidnaps your son, kidnaps your daughter, okay, for years, okay, and then one day you find them, and this guy is asking for mercy. Are you gonna show him mercy? No, man. You're probably gonna knock him out, try to kill him. You see? Okay. Again, especially in the state where you find your children. Imagine he took your son, he took your daughter. It's been 5 years. Then you see the state where he oppressed your child. He turned your child into a sodomite. As it says, it is a shameful thing to speak of the things that they do in secret. Okay, that they do in darkness. So imagine all the wickedness that they done and that they keep doing till this day unto our people. You think that the Lord is just going to turn a blind eye? The cup has to pass. As it went to us, they have to drink of it also. And again, we're gonna give unto them righteously. Everything that they'll have to face, everything that they'll suffer, is because they deserve it. Okay, the Lord is gonna put in us righteous anger. Okay, it's not a thing of vengeance. It's gonna be righteous anger. Okay, we're gonna execute judgment according to righteousness when it comes to making them suffer captivity. Okay, because they deserve it. All right. So, as it says, Let me close out with this, because again, that is a part of the doctrine, having power over the nations. And if you reject that, if you're against that, you're against the will of the Lord, and you're an anti-Mashiach. You're an anti-Messiah. Okay, to be against the will of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, to have these other nations under your feet. If you reject that idea, that means that you're against the scriptures. You're offended at the word of the Most High. Okay, because it is a big part of the scriptures. Okay, it says here in Revelation 2, and it's near the end. It says here, verse 25, Revelation 2 and 25, but that which ye have already hold fast till I come, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, the same to him will I give power over the nations. Okay, so you keep this doctrine, this knowledge, and again, the entirety of the doctrine, not just what feels good, what feels right. No, you have to accept the good, the bad, and the ugly of the scriptures. All right, you cannot be ashamed of anything. Okay, if it's in the scriptures, according to the spirit, according to light, you have to accept it. You have to digest it, the whole roll. Okay, not just the good part. You have to eat the veggies. You have to eat the lamb. You have to eat the bread. Again, you have to drink the wine. Okay, you see, you have and the bitter herbs. You have to eat the bitter herbs as well. Okay, you see, you have to eat the whole meal. Okay, it's a four-course meal, and then you get the dessert at the end, which is the kingdom. All right, you see. Because again, there's great joy at the end of it. And a part of the kingdom, and a part of obtaining the kingdom, is knowing that these other nations will be in complete servitude unto you, unto Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai and his nation. We are going to be the next sovereigns in the kingdom to come. All right. So it says here, verse 26 again, and he that overcometh, and we overcome through faith, according to this doctrine. Okay. And keeping my works unto the end, so enduring unto the end, not submitting, not folding, and bowing down to this wicked kingdom. Okay, so he that keeping my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them. How do you rule them? If you rule them, that means that you're their lord. That means that they're your slaves. If you rule someone, that means that you're above them. That means that they're beneath you, and that you're their master, and that they're your slaves. Sort of like a employer and employee relationship. Okay, because again, when you have a job, you're basically that employer's slave. Okay, and he has the power to fire you. He has the power to give you wages. Okay, when you sign that contract, you basically say that you're going to serve that individual until the period of time. Okay, it's a temporary contract until he fires you, or until you leave and find another employment. Okay, but in the kingdom of heaven, it's going to be done in righteousness. All right, it says here, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I have received of my Father. Okay, so that's a part of the expectation of the kingdom. Okay, as pertaining to expectation, it says here in Revelation 13 and 9, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. You put the people of the Lord into captivity, that means that you yourself, your nation, will have to go into captivity. And like I said, all these nations, all these heathens have partaken in the downfall of keeping Israel abased. Okay, in one way or another, they've all partaken in keeping the Israelites oppressed. So that means that they all have to take part, they all have to drink of that cup. Okay, it's not just Esau Edom that's going to go into slavery. The whole it's like universe, the whole earth, the whole heathens, all these heathens will have to go into slavery. All these other nations will have to go into slavery. But again, we're going to do it in righteousness. We're not going to sodomize anyone. Okay, we're not going to sleep with these people's wives. Okay, we're not going to be barbaric. No, we're going to do everything in order, in the fear of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. But it still has to be a punishment for what they've done. Okay, again, it's going to be done in righteousness. It says that Yahweh Shai, he makes war in truth, and in righteousness shall he judge. Okay, so again, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. You understand that? If you don't expect to have these other nations in your grasp, in the palm of your hands, in captivity under you, under Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, that means that you don't have the right mindset. Okay, because the patience and the faith of the saints is to have these nations under your thumb. Okay, that's a part of the faith. And of course, these Christians are going to skip over that precept because they fear judgment. They know that this Bible is not for the world. It's not a worldly it's not a friendly world friendly doctrine. We're telling these people that they're going to have to serve us. Okay, we're telling these people to start working out because they're going to be in the field working hard, man. Okay? We're telling these people to get to prepare themselves for harsh conditions of captivity, man. Okay? Don't and again don't expect mercy in that time, man, because you have to face judgment for at least a period of 1,000 years while the kingdom is being rebuilt on earth. Okay, but again, that is the patience and the faith of the saints. That is what we believe in before it even appears. Okay, because again, you put it in your mind. You see these heathens; they're in power, great power. They own everything. Okay, we don't even have an army to defend us. Okay, so for us to see that, for us to say that the downtrodden, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're gonna rule in the kingdom of heaven. Okay, and you're gonna have these people that own countries, those people that have armies. Okay, these people that own banks and have so much wealth, they're gonna be they're gonna be your slaves in the next kingdom to come. To them, it sounds far-fetched. Okay, far-fetched. It sounds unbelievable. Okay, it sounds like you're on drugs right now. Okay, but no, that is a part of our faith. Okay, and it's going to happen according to what's written in the scriptures. All right, so that was a quick 1-2 pertaining to how, if the sons of the Most High had to drink of that cup, how much more you heathens that were counted as spittle. All right, so Lord willing, this was edifying. Until next lesson, shalom.